run number 9 today on our current streak. Last time we got a win on Lanius A after an extremely irritating start. I hope that today the game is not quite as stressful as it was when I played the Lanius A run yesterday, because that was definitely not as easy as I was anticipating it being. We've rolled Crystal A to be our ship for today. Crystal A is quite good. It's not as good as Lanius A, but it's still definitely it's slightly above average as far as ships go. Notable things about it: you've got crystals, so you might be able to get the crystal secret sector, although that's unlikely. And they're pretty good. And you also have crystal weapons. You've got a crystal heavy one, which we've already seen once on this streak because we had this on Roxy a couple of runs ago. It does the same thing that it did there. And you've also got this crystal burst one, which is like a burst one laser. It's a little bit slower than a burst one, but the projectiles can pierce through a single shield bubble, which is quite nice, although the fact that it's slower is kind of a problem. I do find these weapons have a bit of a scaling problem, because they don't pair well together with other weapons. Like if you were to have a hull beam or a pike beam drop as a free weapon to go with these, they don't really pair together because these don't actually pop the last shield bubble that you need for the beam to do damage. And I've had that kind of awkwardness happen on this ship before. So it's decent, but it is flawed. I do find it a little bit prone to taking scratch damage because these weapons are a bit slow. And if you Artemis missiles, say, aimed at your weapons, can easily knock the burst laser off and just leave you with the one shot, and then you can get in trouble. It's also not as easy to deal with borders on this ship as you might initially think, just because it's quite large and your crystals are a bit slow. So you almost have like two ships virtually. This area is so far away from here that it can be a little bit tricky if you have a bunch of them spawn all the way over here to run people over to help. But we're going to start. What I like to do, I'm going to move this human over to doors. I think it's more important to have door control because of that issue around it being a bit slow. I think it's more important to have door control than it is to have shields. That's generally the case, but it's particularly the case on such a big ship. And I like having a crystal in piloting because crystals are pretty good at fighting. If something comes over there and is in there, we can do 2v1 for longer. Also, you can use the crystal lockdown power. This is Rosalie, I'll remember that. You can use the crystal lockdown power if some crew spawn like in this room or in there or something like that. You can use the lockdown power to lock them out for longer and thus keep your evade, and that's pretty useful. Okay, this is not a bad first sector layout. The exit is a little bit further over to the left than where I'd like it to be, but it's also in a nebula, so... Also, one other thing about this ship, you have this Crystal Vengeance augment. It's kind of cute. Every time you take damage, there's a 10% chance that it'll break off a shard similar to your crystal weapons, and that will fly over and deal it damage. But I find that it's far better to just sell this for 40 scrap, because you get 40 scrap is like a lot, and the benefit is quite marginal from having that. Okay, well, this ship would be unable to hurt me if it weren't in an asteroid field, but it is, so we're in some danger here. We, on the other hand, don't benefit from the asteroid field much at all, because our weapons pierce their only shield bubble anyway. So, yay. Let's. Unfortunately, we missed our shot there. I wanted to knock this off and then fire my burst laser at the drone. But it's more important to knock the heavy laser out. This can only set fire, so that the heavy laser can actually directly deal me damage. And if it were to, say, hit shield, we'd be in big trouble. I'm going to vent shields preemptively because I don't want, say, that to set a fire in there when my... Yeah, like that. If it had done that in shields, we'd be in big trouble. Okay, now we're quite a bit safer. I'm going to shoot their shields out now, and then they're... No, we're not accepting a surrender. That's not a good offer. Actually wasn't bad because it had 2 drones. That was a little dangerous, but we didn't take any damage. Distress beacons are not very good with this ship early on. Your crew don't really offer any common distress options. You don't have any systems. Your weapons don't really do anything with distress stuff, so I would tend to avoid that. We're going to head up to here and then jump into the nebula, hitting as many jumps all the way as we can. I guess we'll accept this quest. I don't know whether we're going to actually do this. I guess it's either go here, here, and here, or here, there, and there. I don't know what this is, so I guess I'll just do the quest. I still have definitely enough time to do that, yeah. Okay, we got a free reactor. That's not really that useful right now. I'd rather just get scrap, but it'll come in handy eventually. Okay, we've got a fight. I don't know what missile that is. Hopefully it's Lido. It's definitely firing before our shots. That's an Artemis missile. But we've knocked it off once. I'm going to completely fire at weapons. I want to make sure that if they get a point of repair on them, they bring this laser that doesn't hurt us back, rather than bringing back the missiles that can. Especially since our weapons are quite slow, and there's a possibility if they brought the thing back at the wrong time, we'd be too far away from being able to shoot and they'd get another Artemis shot off. Okay, they're dead on this shot. There's no way they're fixing those engines out that quickly after the breach. Okay, so we made 12 scrap. This has not been a very high scrap sector so far. Hopefully this nebula offers a few more opportunities. We can probably hit like all of this nebula and a few jumps down below. Do I want to hit here first? Yeah, let's hit here first. Well, I wish that this thing didn't have such dangerous weapons. Running away. And running away ships are not great with this, because you're quite slow at dealing with them. I need to take that missile out. And of course we missed. I want to take this out as well, because it can hurt me. But I need to fire my next shot at piloting in order to escape. Let's see if we can take out engines as well. Damn it. They got the missile back. I think they're going to fire that before we can. Oh, just too slow. Damn it. We stopped them from escaping, but we took quite a bit of damage. More than I would like. And I think those are going to burn down as well. We'll send somebody over to help, but it's going to be too slow. Oh, no, we did actually put it out. Cool. Didn't make enough scrap there to get our shields up, unfortunately. We really haven't made very much scrap in this sector at all. Now, this ship can't hurt us right now, but it has a defensive drone. I mean, it would be able to shoot down any shots regardless, because the defense 2 drone. But because it's our crystal shots can actually, I'm actually going to do something here. If we do any damage to the ship, it's going to change what they've got up, and I don't want it to bring this missile up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to charge my FTL all the way first. I'm also worried about them trying to run away. So I'll charge the FTL up all the way. As long as we keep it like this, they won't change any of their weapons. We could actually train dodge here. I'm not going to do that in case the ship is only firing one thing. Once the FTL is charged all the way up, I can aim all my first volley at weapons to knock them completely off, and then maybe the second at drones or something like that. But I don't want to say, I was considering firing it at drones, and then I realized they'd probably bring the missile up if I did that, and then we'd actually take damage. Okay. FTL's all the way charged up, so we can escape if things go badly. fire both of our weapons at the same time, because this thing's going to shoot down at least one of them. Shot down the heavy projectile, unfortunately, but while their weapons are down, we don't need to power our shields. And yeah, now they can't power the missile because we've done too much damage to this. Or too much damage to the weapons, right? They'll probably bring up in a moment, but... Okay, they won't. Oh yeah, see there, they were trying to do it. We'd already taken it. There we go. Safer way to do the fight, and we also got enough scrap to do this. Keep taking the nebula jumps. Yeah, let's try to get to the station. This fight's not too bad. I always hate seeing shieldless autoscouts with this ship because my weapons pierce shields anyway, so they don't give me any benefit. And I get all the drawbacks of the crystal weapon with none of the benefits. Now we want to start farming scrap. Saving for a store. Okay, we don't need to do that, I guess. Or, we're still going to do it, but now we'll be farming for hacking instead of for this. Instead of trying to get a weapon. So, we're going to use the Flak 1 instead of the Crystal Burst Laser, because it's just better. Except maybe in a handful of situations. And we use Flak and Crystal 1. So, we were having quite a bad start, but after that, that's out the window, obviously. The scrap totals are still relatively low, but who cares? So, you know, we had a 32 scrap drop, but we're never selling it for 32 scrap. We're going to keep using that Flak. Considering whether or not to dive in this sector, because the exit is in a nebula, so there won't be any ASB. I will at least go here and then up and then to the exit, but I might well take the 2 jumps behind it. Oh, our Crystal Vengeance just procced there and did 1 point of damage. That was obviously extremely helpful. It's definitely better to have that than to just sell it for 40 scrap. Oh, they set a fire in my sensors. Let's put that out. Send my doors guy over into that vicinity, but... Yeah, that's out. Getting there. I'm not risking this because it could kill a crystal. We've had a good sector. Let's not risk our crew. Losing crew on the... I have risked it with this before and had it go badly, and it's very unfortunate when you get down to 3 crew. You have this really huge ship with its slow weapons. Actually, since one of those dive spots is a store, that actually reduces my desire to dive. It's not like we're not going to find a store at some point in this run. We'll find one in Sector 2 somewhere. We don't actually need one right now because we just got Flak. I mean, we could sell the Crystal Vengeance, and if there's hacking there, then we would get that. But I think we have a lot of left of the run. This means we don't have 2 opportunities to earn scrap by diving. We only have 1. So, having already got a free Flak in this sector, I think we're going to not go read for more. Let's just get out. You know, the exit fight, even though it wouldn't have an ASB, it might have, say, 2 shield bubbles and an Artemis missile, and then we could take a lot of damage. Rock or Rebel? Rebel controlled is one of the game's better sectors. rock is not so much. That's a lot of red on this map, although most of it is Sector 4 or before, which is, Sector 4 is a guaranteed red sector no matter where you go. But our only chances at the Rebel Stronghold are these two beacons, if we wanted to aim for that. And also, more importantly, our only two chances at Rock Homeworlds are these two. So we definitely want to aim for that. Rock Homeworlds is where we could get the Crystal Secret Quest, if it's available. So we're probably going to go Rebel and then up. There aren't as many stores at Rebel sectors, but I don't feel like we definitely need one of those. Go through this nebula. I hope the store isn't there. We have some chance of taking damage here. We don't need to fire these weapons in sync right now because the crystal heavy laser pierces the shield bubble anyway, so... Okay, now we're in no danger. This is one situation where you could argue for using the crystal burst because the flak has a little bit of difficulty hitting these narrow rooms. But it's also faster, so... You know, it didn't have problems hitting the narrow rooms there. So we have not quite a nice amount of scrap, and we're going to... You want to see everything in this sector to make sure we get a store. I'm going to go here and then probably up. I might miss this nebula jump, but it's fine. No. I could have got the up. Okay, we've seen the store, so let's see what's the best. Here, here, there, and then up and around, I think is the best pathing. Attack the ship. We're gonna actually use the two crystal things here. We're not. We can't take damage in this fight anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I could even use a crystal laser to shoot down shields and then switch to flak. I don't think I'm gonna be bothered with that. I'll let it keep the eye on. I could have microed my power there, but I was taking a swig of tea and I didn't want to do that. Here, now we'll do that. I didn't have my hands on the mouse and keyboard for the last shot. $26 more scrap. Cool. We have nearly enough for cloaking if we needed to, although I would buy hacking over it anyway. But I have done the reverse win. Well, we're going to get some scrap here because it's a pulsar, but unfortunately that means we have to also win a pulsar fight. And a pulsar fight against an enemy with level 3 weapons at that. This person has dodged in this really bizarre little thing. This looks a bit like the room on Federation B that is right in the middle of the ship and connects the two halves. Okay, their weapons are out completely. I am wary of the pulsar because we're obviously wary of pulsars, but also with slow weapons, it hurts more to have them get ionized. Hit that, I don't want them to run. I would probably take that if we weren't about to hit a store. That's a lot of fuel, but I want to maximize my scrap. I should have taken the offer, I guess. I only got 2 more flat. Since we're about to jump to a store, I don't need to hang around here. We are short. We could theoretically buy cloaking if it was available and not hacking by selling both the Crystal Burst 1 and the Crystal Vengeance, but I don't think that's worth it. I guess this is a Rebel sector that has 2 stores. Cool. Well, we're going to swap Crystal Vengeance for long-range scanners. And then we are going to check this other store out and see whether we can get hacking. But I'll do the asteroid field first, because why not? So yeah, pass on cloaking at the moment. It's a little bit too expensive this early in the game to get it up. I might do it if there wasn't long range scanners and if there wasn't another store right there. I would give it some consideration. Oh, that's a breach there. If we could breach the weapons room as well, we could get full dodge training here. Well, actually, we might not, because they might just die to asteroids. Let's do this. Damn it. This has a breach chance. Let's do this for a moment, so I have more dodge. I'm going to fire it once each time. You can watch the animation. You can see here, once it's fired this, if I depower it here, it won't shoot the second shot. Unfortunately, it hasn't got a breach, and we only really have one more shot of this. And we actually have less than this, because there is actually a chance for asteroids to get through one shield bubble and do damage. So probably, yeah, we're just gonna kill this shit. But we'll let the asteroids pelt us until they get that laser. See how many dodges we can get in that time. We need to be a little careful with stores on this, because if we're going to mostly red sectors in the early game, we're going to have a little bit more difficulty in terms of getting the systems moved. So maybe it was a mistake to pass up cloaking. But I feel like with another store right next to us... Okay, this is back. Another option that we had there would have been to go for the teleporter, which is not a... Oh, that is damaging the asteroid. The teleporter is not a bad option on this ship with the crystals. But the fact that we've already had a flak drop, it's like, let's just go for a gunship. Let's not overthink this, we have flak. Okay, unfortunately they do not have hacking at this store either. I'm going to buy the backup battery. That removes it from the list of systems that can turn up. And, well, we're not going to be able to see another store in this sector, but we'll see if we can get hacking sometime in the next sector. I'm going to hold my scrap for now. I'd like to get to weapons 5, but I want to keep my hack buffer. That's very much worth it. Vent that. Can't actually see whether the oxygen is back because my sensors are the things that are damaged. Now, given what I've just thought about the fact that the stores in this might be few and far between, I mean, we'll see what red sector is next, because if, like, the next sector is an abandoned sector, say, well, stores are as common there as in some green sectors. But depending on what sector is next, we might want to save 150, so that we could get either cloaking or hacking if it turns up again, and not be so picky about which one we get in what order, because we might not have that luxury. Go here and then there. I don't know whether we have 2 more jumps after that or 1. We can do either. Well, we just switched to this then. Cool. Move over crystal weapons. We have kick-ass weapons that are faster than you. This ship wouldn't be able to hurt us if this were an asteroid field, but it is. I feel like I've already said that a couple times this run. But we've knocked the weapons out. One very, very good thing, well, apart from just the fact that we just had got an A-grade weapon for free, this does also mean if we want to extend our offense, we only need to go up to weapons 4, not weapons 5, so we can bring the Crystal Heavy into play along with these excellent weapons. And that will see us through for a very long time. Like I have 2 jumps here. Yep. That will take us above 150 lowest scrap you can get at this stage is 8. Actually, no, it's 7, so we could theoretically get less than that. The odds are exceedingly low. Run people into like orders. These people will just die because they don't actually have a teleporter. They're free pre-battle orders, so they won't run away when they hit points are low. Pretty good chance that we will decide to grind dodges here because they have 2 lasers. They can't hurt us if we work them. If we had hacking, this would be a very easy shit to grind, to just get a crew kill against rather, but we don't. Over to sensors. I should be able to grind, like I could even grind shield skill here. I'm wondering if I should do that. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh yeah, I was gonna check what, although they probably just have 3 crew over there. Yeah, they've got 3 crew over there. There's a possibility we could crew kill this with our crystal weapons by putting breaches on oxygen. However, for the moment, we are going to just train. Even though we don't have this person in shields normally, we are going to train them there because that way if we get another crew member drop, we can put them indoors and run Dolan here into shields. But I am now going to pause, and when I'm back, it will just be a moment for you, but will probably be a few minutes for me. We'll have full skill on everything. And we're back. So we have got maxed out skills on everything. Let's see now whether or not we can get these guys. I'm not really convinced we'll be able to, but we're going to try. Let's do this. Fire that once. See what level oxygen they have. Damn it, they have level 2. It'd be very nice to get a breach on there, because it will drain the oxygen. I kind of want to keep a weapon powered at all times, though, so that if they start trying to run away, I can switch to firing and piloting. There's definitely a danger with Crystal A of just enemies running away. I'm using the crystal weapons at the moment because they're more precise. If I try to use the flak, it's a little bit possible that it might just hit some random other room and do whole damage that isn't helping me suffocate the enemy. Yeah, see, this is precisely what I was concerned about. So, okay, we're just accepting that offer. That's an absolutely fantastic surrender. So, forget about trying to suffocate them. We came to a different arrangement. They get to continue breathing for a while. So let's get everyone back to positions. We'll remember that that human is trained on shields, so that if we get another crew member, we can run them over there. This ship's annoying because it's trying to run away, but it also has a missile. I'm shooting out this first. I don't care if it's trying to run away. I want to take that missile down. Hold the flak for just a minute. Okay, good. We should be able to get a second heavy laser shot. Okay, we've already stopped them from fleeing, but we'll get a second heavy laser shot off before their cloak. An augment that sells for a lot of scrap, so we've got 2 very good drops in the last 2. I mean, they're not very good in the sense of wanting to use them. Recon teleport is not bad in certain circumstances, but I don't think we want to do that in this game. And yeah, those are together, I think those are both 35 scrap drops. Let's go look for the rebel ship. Cool. going to go to the abandoned sector. So I mentioned this could be one of the ones. If we went to NG Homeworlds, that has 3 stores instead of 2. But NG Homeworlds is a very, very low scrap sector in my experience. And it also means we would not be able to get, well, we'd be able to get to this one, but it would cut out this sector, which is one of our possible rock homeworlds. So let's go abandoned. We can certainly tangle with the Lanius. Also, let's double check. I believe that was, yeah, that was 70 scrap worth of drops. We got 95 scrap worth of drops. I think that might have been the best Sector 2 that I've had in this entire set of runs that I've been tracking the last little while. Or if it isn't the best, it's one of the best. We made 151 plus 95 scrap. That is 246. That's really, really, really good. 25 of that is obviously this heavy laser that I'm not selling. But I mean, that just makes it even better. That effectively makes it a 50 scrap drop, not a 25 scrap. Well, welcome to Sector 3. This is a very dangerous ship. Although, if we can knock that burst 1 off, it's not too bad. Our heavy laser actually just collided with their lasers in the air, and therefore we took a bunch of damage. That's really annoying. There we go. We've reached that. We took some damage because what can you do? I think at this point we're going to do this because we have 70 scrap worth of stuff to sell. So if we get to a store and it's got cloaking and not hacking, then we're fine. I mean, at this stage we are almost to the point where we could get hacking and cloaking if they were up here. Crystal Heavy one does slow us down a little bit, but not enough. Send the pilot. Just kind of hoping we would set a fire or don't reach or whatever the hell Lanius over there. So stuff won't work anyway. Kind of hard to crew kill the Lanius unless you have light control. You can't oxygen starve them and they put fires out. They're just standing in the room. I'd like to repair a little bit anyway. We're down into yellow hole. 29 free scrap for doing absolutely nothing. Cool. We'll take the asteroid field. I considered whether to upgrade my engines there since I can put back a battery power into it. I think I want to hold my scrap still for a store. Could we please take the missiles down, please? Losing the ability to speak. Okay, we took 2 damage. The inability to find stores is starting to vex me. But we'll keep looking. We know there wasn't one there, and we know there wasn't one there. We haven't seen there. I don't think we can possibly get to here without risking a dive, so I'm gonna jump forward and see if I can spot one at like this cluster of beacons. Ah, I ran out of that room too soon. Thrown off by the fact there were 2 people down there. So they were repaired more quickly than I anticipated. Here and then forward. Considering this, because if we do get hacking immediately, we'll want those drones. And that 28 scrap is not helping us enormously right now, but I'm gonna take it anyway. We might regret it, but I think even if we were to get hacking like within the next 3 or 4 jumps, we would still have enough scrap. Let's see. If we go here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is our minimum to get to the exit. That makes it definitely a dive. I'm not even sure we have... I think we have 4 here, but I'm not even certain of that. So let's go here instead. Hope one of these 3, or ideally 2 of these 3 are stores. Yeah, we'll give up fuel. Where the hell are all the stores? I really should probably spend some of this scrap, but I'm determined that I will find a store before I make such decisions. Ah, we sniped the missile with our flak. Unfortunately, they then managed to keep the missile up anyway, so they're going to get to shoot it again. But they won't get to fire it another time. Oh cool, we got fleet delay. That's really, really helpful here because that buys us more time to look for a shop. And of course that was also a double scrap reward. Store acquired. And I don't know whether we would have been able to even go to that had we not... that beacon back there must be the other store. Because we've seen like everything else in this sector. So we have 400 scrap pretty much to spend here. So we're very definitely getting hacked. Sell recon teleport, sell defensive drone 2, I can't talk. Get hacking, gonna repair, loads, and now, does that connect? Okay it does, so we're gonna have to jump back to here and then to there. Should I also upgrade my weapons? We can't quite do that and still be able to afford cloaking. So I'm going to hold off. This could be like a double reward fight that gives us stores to spend part of the reward. I can do this though now. Actually, I think this might be a dive. It's very, very close. We're fine if it is a dive. We can get our engines up. We can get hacking up. Scan the ship for life forms. We just repair. We're gonna be fine even if we do have to die. Missiles down. Stop them running. Okay, that's not a dive, just barely. Could be an exit store here. There isn't, but there's fuel, which we're going to get. And now we go rebel control. And let's take a quick look. There's the store. We're not going to greed, we're going to go immediately to the store. And there's cloaking, cool. So, this is our Sector 4 loadout. I think we're good. Had I not spotted the store, I was thinking to myself that I would need to get my shields up to level 3, because Rebel 4 sectors, you will often fight auto assault ships, and if you fight an auto assault ship that has like 2 offensive drones and it maybe has, say, fast weapons and an ion, against 2 shields you're in a lot of danger. But with cloaking and hacking, you can survive that. I'm going to upgrade piloting because I see a possible... We're going to go down through this nebula and I see a possible manually search event. I don't want to be screwed out of being able to do that a 3rd damn time on this run. We're also going to do this because now we can actually cloak for 100% evade. So it's actually worth getting our evasion up. Now we'll probably save for weapons. This ship can't hurt us at all. You appear to be missing and, you know, have lost your stop in sector about 1. But admittedly, it's a bit difficult for us to hurt this ship. But we will get there. Yep. O2's down. We just need to stop the super shield by continuously firing. Yeah, they have a repair drone. That might make this not feasible. But we'll see. Okay, we killed the repair drone. I'm a little bit worried they might be too low on hull, though. Yeah, I think this isn't going to work. Yeah, because we need to both knock the... We need to both knock the oxygen off and also knock the Columba out, and I don't think we can do that. We'll also take our O2 down to 0. We don't even really have a reliable way to do only 1 damage to that, so... Waste of a hacking drone. Oh well. I guess I should have run someone into sensors to see if they had a repair drone, because without that we managed it there. Oh well. Go through the nebula. Hit this, and then onwards. I think we'll get shields up next. Our weapons are very, very strong, so just getting our defenses up makes it very unlikely for us to die. And then we can upgrade our offense later. I'm gonna hack piloting on this ship just to make sure we knock some of these weapons out. You go block them from smashing our O2. Get out of there. Can I lock them out of there? Yes, I can. Then they're dead. Rough. Victory laps. Get the shields up now. Yeah, let's do it. We're a little bit low on power. Our next bits of scrap are going to be getting power. So 3rd time we've seen this, but this time we do have the blue option, and we got crew for it, which is very, very useful. Kirby, you go in there, and Dolan can go and use his shield skill that we ground up earlier. So Kirby here is effectively like that just dropped us a shield charge booster, except a better one. We'll take that. We're not using missiles, we are using fuel. We could potentially beat the game with these weapons, but we'll try to get better ones. This is kind of annoying. This whole area is cut off. if we see a bunch of fights up there, we might hit them anyway and double back. This fight isn't too dangerous, but we need to stop them running away. Only way it gets really dangerous is if that's an ion bomb, and it isn't. Cloak it anyway, just for the sake of it. I suppose it would have been strictly more efficient to let the bomb hit, because then we could have got repair skill. But it might have set a fire and then done full damage. Yes, bomb my MTL. We 17 scrap. Since I only see one fight up there and I see two down here, we're going to take these and then we'll go up and then we'll curl back down. They have 3 shield bubbles. Let's just hack and hack piloting, make sure my flag shots hit. And then the heavy laser and the crystal laser can do more damage to weapons and take them down completely. If we hadn't got our dodges ground up all the way here, we could do so now. Yeah, like that's what happens when you don't have hacking on piloting. There we go. We'd like more power after this fight, but we can't get it because we're in an asteroid field. So probably we're going to get 2 after the next fight, and then we'll start saving for a store again. Although we could use these crystal weapons for the whole game, we'd like not to do so because they can be shot down by defensive drones and they are a bit slow. We'll definitely be able to afford 2 power bars after this. This ship can't hurt us at all. Put you into there, and let's just go batter this boarding drone. We might want to kill all their boarding drones just so we can securely kill the ship. And by kill the ship, I mean kill the ship. So like right now we're safe, but if it comes over and lands in that same room again, it could be a little bit annoying and drain oxygen faster. We'd like to just repeatedly kill it. It's also more annoying landing in 2 tile rooms like this. Just send the 2 crystals to fight it. Let's open the vents. Not the vents, open the internal doors. Don't open the vents. That will affect us and not them. Crystals take less damage from suffocation, so we should probably run 2 guys over there to help fix that. Get in there. You two go heal. We have this guy to fight the boarding drone the next time it comes over. Unfortunately, you don't get any combat skill for killing the boarding drone, so you don't get like a benefit that way. Why, hello there. Don't mind my guy dancing around you, he's just healing while I'm using the game mechanics. Must be nearly out of these things by now. They landed in there again. Send the crystals in once again. Swap around. Fix that. Was that the last one? I think that must be the last one. Yeah, that was the last one. We didn't strictly have to do that, but it's much less annoying to be able to just do this now. Well, they obviously invested in their dodge. Cool, we got a breach. And these people, unlike the last ones we tried this to, do not have a system repair drone. So they are going to suffocate. This person's going to be trying to fix the O2 and the breach in a room that already has no oxygen. He'll eventually run out to the med bay, but it's fine. Like, in the time it takes for all this nonsense to happen. In fact, he's going to fail anyway, probably, because the door's now locked. There's also no oxygen in the med bay. Come on in. And yeah, they've given up trying to fix that now, so they kind of don't have any options. We just have to wait here until that goes down to 0 and then we don't even really need to watch. Let's give them some privacy as they die. Seems reasonable. Goodbye. Nice. There might well be another store in this corner, because there are often two in a rebel sector. Well, we definitely want to take that. But there aren't. Instead, there's 3 fights. I'd like to take all the fights, but unfortunately this doesn't connect down there. Annoying. I mean, I don't mind diving in this sector, and in fact I don't mind diving generally in all sectors for the rest of the run, because we have 100% evade. But if I hit all 3 of these, I might actually even be diving at this beacon, and I don't want a triple dive is a little bit too ambitious. I think I'm going to go here, here, cut out the pulsar, back to there, down to distress. It might then be a dive at the exit, I'm not sure, it looks quite close, but I don't mind. Station. This ship has minimal ability for us, especially since we can just close stuff. As long as we close those 2 shots, it's not doing anything. Apparently it's not doing anything, it is doing one thing, which is dodging. Doing a lot of dodging. I guess this is a sign we need to upgrade our weapons. Still, we got it now. And if we hadn't already ground out all of our dodges and shield skill and all that, we would do it here when this can't hurt us and there's a breach in it. Okay, they can't dodge anymore, that means they're dead. This volley to kill. Yeah, let's do that. That way we definitely don't dive. Does that mean we can now take this fight? Let's jump here first and then make that decision. That's an ion, a heavy ion, not an ion blast tube. The 2 weapons look very, very similar to each other, so it can be a little bit difficult to tell them apart. I'm not sure why I bothered powering my backup battery there, but I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, there is enough space now for that. Like, I think it will be a dive at the exit. I wonder, actually. Since it's going to be a dive at the exit, if I go here, I'm actually not going to do it. Because if I go here, if I do this, I'm getting one fight here, and then one probable lot of scrap there. If I go this way, I'm getting one probable lot of scrap there, and a possible fight here anyway. Like, it's not a guarantee, but on the other hand, you know, pulsar fights are nasty, and we could get just as much at this beacon. So, we'll avoid the dive. Shield the ship with ours. That wasn't that great. Okay, this wasn't so good, but whatever. I don't think we're exactly going to be struggling for lack of scrap. This is our third rebel-controlled sector of the run. No store immediately. I'm gonna wait like 1 or 2 more jumps. I'd like to get my weapons up. But there could be, and even though we haven't spotted one yet, there could be a store within the first like jump or 2. I'd really like to knock this off, and I'm not convinced I can. Like, I'm guaranteed with this to do 4 points of damage to that room, but that will probably knock these 2 weapons off. No, maybe I can knock them. The missile off, but probably not. I think they're going to unfortunately keep it. Oh no, they did take it down. Cool. Because they haven't fired this, they decided to keep that. We didn't quite have 100% evade there because they were boarding us in the piloting room, but we had enough. Yeah, you can keep that burst too, it doesn't do anything right now. We're still going to shoot at weapons again because I want to get it completely destroyed. Yeah, you can have a heavy laser bomb, I don't want that much of that. Like you back in there so that I can charge my FTL. We can knock this offline before making the fight. Heavy laser shot. And a guaranteed kill. 30 scrap. We've already seen those 2 beacons, so if we go here, 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 we see like everything in this first half of the sector. And then we can decide, do we want to... Let me think. No, I don't want to do it yet. There could be a store like right there. It'd be nice to get mind control just to finalize everything, and it would also be nice to get other weapons and other crystals. If I do 4 damage here, I should be able to guarantee taking that down. I think they might knock out my battery here, though. Yeah, they did. I could have run my human down, but then I would lose door controls, and they'd have just run around anyway. And I didn't want to lose the faster weapon charge time because I was worried about that being like a Hermes missile and then firing quicker than my crystal heavy. Take that stuff down. fight there. If I don't see one after this jump, I definitely just improve my weapons. Should die go and distract them this time. Okay, that's good. Cool, we took that down. Here verse 2 does nothing. In piloting, actually, I can see you already with your beady eyes thinking, ooh, maybe we should attempt to escape and annoy SD. I'm on to you. Don't think I'm fooled by the fact that it's now mathematically impossible for you to run away. I know what you're planning. We can do this. We have at least one definite fight before a store, which means we will have 75 scrap to buy mind control or any weapon that we would want to get. Here I'm going to hack engines instead of pilot. And the advantage of hacking piloting in this situation, and I may actually do it, is that it means that I know how many shots I need to put in that room, because if it's only level 1 or level 2, I can knock it off with just like the heavy laser. I'm gonna hold off and see what they're hacking anyway. I know too, that's not that. They're sending over I think a boarding drone, not an ion. If I put the 2 crystal shots on here, it definitely takes it down. The other advantage of hacking piloting is that it will block any possible ion intruder, not ion intruder, system repair drones out. I think I'm gonna do that. It does have the disadvantage that it locks this guy into the room. I now know I need to do 2 damage, which I can do with just a heavy laser. This. Swap you guys around. I'm very concerned about people dying in here between the breach and the hack on oxygen, though. You get down there. I see you. You get out of there just for a moment. I don't want to like die from a missile landing on me. I think you had too much health on that button. Yeah, see, they do have a system repair drone over there, and we managed to hold them out for a moment. Stop them from breaking my weapons, since they are now able to run away for a bit. You guys go heal. So yeah, that was a forward scout. We took more damage than is really worth it for that amount of scrap, but well, not really. It was only like 2 damage maybe, but it was a lot of hassle. And that is how forward scouts are. Situations we might be able to use like upgraded hacking and cloaking to make us completely safe. The way we want to do this is to hit these 2 jumps and then go up and then down. That seems to see the most. It does mean definitely delaying a storm. It's not really one this day, but I feel like that's still all my weapons. Charge this up too much with cloaking. Try to avoid it. Let's put oxygen onto the run because it's kind of draining. I'm gonna actually take this. We're low on fuel and drones. That's maximum drones and one-off maximum fuel. And Oni can go in here. If we go this way, we don't get to see all that much. If we go this way, we see many more jumps. This ship is quite dangerous. It's got multiple attack drones and a burst 2, and it's free. So we're using all our tools. I think we should have put one of the crystal lasers on weapons, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna take that offline before it gets to fire again. We're gonna take it very permanently offline before it gets to fire again. And we are back. We had a bit of a problem there where my disc actually filled up. I hope that we got the end of that fight. It popped up a little error message saying there wasn't enough disk space for me to continue recording. So I've just had to move some of the video files that I've got onto another drive, and now we can just continue the run. So we just want to fight in the nebula in case it didn't show that. I haven't checked the file that I had already. I hope it did actually keep the video that I was already recording, but I guess I'll find that out at the end. And then we're going to go to stress. And around. Hail them to offer assistance. That's the third time we've had that event in this. And so far we've made scrap from it every single time, and I think it's done us like 6 damage total, so it's been very, very worth it. I ran Dolan here over just in case the fire spread, but these two put it out quickly. Yeah, we got 47 scrap and a bunch of fuel there by taking 1 damage. Possible double scrap reward here. This ship's pretty dangerous, but we will knock its weapons out with a pilot hack. I'm glad that was a double reward, because the first part of that reward was terrible. That was 17 scrap on the first bit. So that's really more like a 1.5 reward than double reward. I was considering whether to dodge this top fight, because actually this sees more, and I was worried about, say, if the store was there, whether or not it would get taken over. But we have enough space. This sees everything else in the rest of the sector pretty good. So we have enough time to hit both of them. And then we can plan the rest of our route accordingly. We might lose sensors here. Somehow overcome if this devastating eventuality occurs. We will be bereft, obviously, without our sensors. Now we don't need our pilot, so we will actually protect our beloved sensors. 2 arms for the least important system on our ship. No. lot of fire, they have a clump A, and they don't have enough health for us to be able to knock it off and still kill the people over there. Yeah, we need to get you two healed. Get cloaking up, we have enough to be able to do that, not have it affect anything we might want to do in a store. There we go. Mind control. Weapons here suck, but whatever. We'll get more chances to get better weapons, and we don't need to do that. It would just be nice. We'd probably dive in this sector. Hey, let's introduce you to my new system. It makes you kill your friends. So yeah, let's bet that we're not going to kill their friends forever. Wow, we didn't manage to hit. However, those two both self-kill. The odds of us taking damage in this fight are quite low, but they do have a defensive drone too, so... The odds of us taking a hit now are 0. Kill your friends. By your friends, I mean repair drones. Amen. Actually, we should upgrade our sensors now. Now that we have mind control, it's not the least, it's still the least useful system on our ship, but it's significantly less of a least useful system on the ship than it was before we had mind control. So we don't have enough crew to man the mind control, so... Taking that down in case there's such a run. Don't like to fix it. There we go. You win that. You get easily enough scrap to do that. The only way for us to not dive is to go here and there. This is fight, empty beacon, dive. This is empty beacon, possible fight at the exit, possible nothing. We're gonna do what we did last sector. I know it didn't pay off last time, but whatever. Yeah, we got some scrap there. It's not the worst thing that happened. That being empty makes it, you know, obviously a worse path. But I didn't know that was gonna be empty. Ooh! Well. So, our taking this path has potentially paid off. We have long-range scanners, so we have a good chance of finding the Crystal Secret Sector. So, the secret sectors are always... the secret sector is always a blank sector like this. It's not going to have a ship detected at it. So, we're going to start here, then go here, and, well, we'll start here, and if we get... ideally, you want to get it at the end of the sector, because it basically replaces the sector with a sector where you're fighting crystal ships and encountering events with crystals in it. So what you want to do is have it happen at the very end of the sector, because that way you get all of the scrap from the rock sector, and then you get an extra sector on top of it. But we can't control that. If we find it, it will be wherever it is. In fact, there it is. So, we're going to reactivate it, and this will take us to, if you've never seen this before, the Crystal Secret Sector. You arrive in a sector not listed in any star chart. Strange crystalline ships dot the horizon. Your companion, I'm not sure which one, there are 2 crystals on my ship, speaks. Here we are, my home sector. It has been a long time since others have set foot here. I wonder how you will be received. Well, you've done as you as promised. I didn't promise anything, and so shall I. The coordinates of my old ship have been forwarded to your navigation system. Does your old ship look like this? The game basically assumes you've done the whole bit of the crystal quest and that you have a crystal named Rouen on your ship, who is the one who is speaking. At least they put that early on. You get a hull repair from this, and you get the Crystal Vengeance augment that we sold back at the beginning of the run. We get that again. I haven't been to the Crystal Sectors too many times. I think this might be like my 11th or 12th time in the Crystal Sector, almost all of which have been with Crystal ships. I don't think I've ever got it with a ship that's not Rock C, Crystal A, or Crystal B. Because I almost never get crystals otherwise. I think I've tried once or twice. So, this is the first time in this series we fought a ship with crystal weapons. And this is unusual because I'm not 100% sure what these weapons are. I think these are all crystal burst. We could actually probably compare. There probably are the same things as crystal burst ones. Yeah, they are crystal burst ones. So the danger here is they pierce shield bubbles just like the crystal weapons we have on our ship do. But we can cloak. Might not actually all be crystal burst ones. They might be crystal burst 2s or something. That's a crystal burst 1 for sure. Yeah, that's a crystal burst 2. That could potentially hit us if they all hit, so let's not allow that. Let's see if we can crew kill these guys. Make the mind control and fight each other. We didn't hit the Clone Bay, but whatever. We've taken all their weapons down, so we've got time. It's actually preferable now that we didn't hit them. Currently we can't take any damage, and once Scoops, by the time Scoops has got rid of the breach and so on, we'll be able to just mind control. One heavy laser shot will pretty much kill both of these two. Kill each other! Hurrah! So, I'm not sure who's asking to surrender. However, one thing that I do know, beyond the fact that if you are hearing voices from people who are dead, you should definitely ignore them. One thing I know that's more certain is, crystals are like slugs. If you accept, I know this from a previous visit to the Crystal Sector, if you accept surrender, you may get nothing. So, we are ignoring that. And yeah, we'll get 55 scrap instead of listening to the voice of a ghost. Let's get our Crystal Vengeance back. As well as you do get scrap for doing this, so it's not like it's just that. So effectively this is an 87 scrap beacon, which is very good. I'm very interested in what the stats are going to be for this sector, because this is almost like a perfect opportunity to measure how much scrap you get from a crystal sector. The FTL Save Manager will treat it as a rock home world, because that's effectively what the crystal sector always is. But because we went in on the first jump, it will be an excellent way of just being able to tell this is how much a crystal sector normally gets. So I'm gonna look at that at the end of this. Vent these guys. By the way, the rebels have followed us in, so that's why we're fighting a rebel ship, even though this is a sector that's been cut off from the rest of the world for, you know, God knows how many years. Yeah, you get one ship that follows in, and then everyone knows about it, which is why there'll be some crystals in this sector who are a bit grumpy with us. You can kind of understand me. I'd love to be able to try a crew kill, but I'm not doing that against a big missile. Mind control the pilot so he runs out of the room and they can't continue charging their FTL. We're not accepting surrenders from you either. Like, you're not ghosts. Well, you are now, but you weren't at the time you made it. But, you know, you're rebels, and that's worse. Let's fight. This crystal ship we probably don't try to crew kill. That, by the way, is definitely a crystal lockdown bomb, which it's quite funny that they use this, because this layout obviously doesn't have teleporter. You do occasionally get crystal ships that have teleporters, but this one doesn't. So this bomb literally doesn't do anything. However, it can still hurt us with these. I think that's a crystal heavy 2, which is a very unusual weapon. I should have done a level 2 close there, but whatever. I'll put this stuff off. They have a med bay instead of a clone bay, so it's harder to crew kill. I would need to hack like the med bay or the O2, and I'm not going to bother trying to do that. Oh no! They're locked in. Whatever will my shield guy do? No. Four more scrap. Go this way or that way. Let's go this. Keep going this way. Let's get more fights. Another crystal ship. Oh no! Double lockdown bomb. Whatever are we gonna do? I'm not even sure this ship can hurt us that much. If that's a crystal heavy 2, which I think it might be, we'll probably try to crew kill. Well, they really wanted to trap our engines guy. So we're gonna find out what these weapons are. Yeah, that's a crystal burst. That's a crystal heavy 2, I believe. It fires a single projectile that can pierce one shield bubble, and it does 4 damage. It's basically like a breach missile. Except it doesn't pierce all shields, it only pierces one. So it's significantly worse than a breach missile. So we're going to crew kill these people, because the odds that they line these up and actually do any damage are exceedingly small. And we can cloak if it ever looks like they're going to do that. So, pack oxygen. Ooh, they have level 3 oxygen. I guess that helps explain why they're so underpowered. They spent all their money on upgrading their O2 instead of more useful stuff. I suppose this could be vaguely useful if they were to, like, ever get damage to me. It would hinder my ability to run around and repair things. So that's sort of kind of noteworthy. One moment. Right, that was somebody requesting tea, so I'm going to finish suffocating these crystals, and then I will go and actually do that. La, 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 la. Oh, we actually have to close here. They're actually lining their weapons up in such a way that they can hypothetically hurt me. No fixing oxygen. I did not know they did this. We're finding out all kinds of things in this sector. I had no idea that when you mind control the crystal, they would actually use the power. That's really funny. No, we're not accepting surrender. I hope I actually haven't done too much damage there. I mean, you're gonna suffocate, but you might actually get this fixed. I think it'll be fine. Eventually he'll try to go and repair the oxygen. Yeah, he's given up on repairing this to go and try to repair the oxygen, which is very heroic, but not gonna work. So, we got another crew kill, and now I'm gonna go make tea. So, I'll be back in just a moment. let's continue. That store is in a bad spot. I mean, we'd like to get one so we could sell Crystal Vengeance. I know Crystal Sectors can have multiple stores because I've seen them there. I don't know whether it's 2 or 3. The weapons for sale here are likely to just be crystal weapons, and to be honest, if we use crystal weapons, I'll just keep the weapons I've already got. I was thinking, by the way, while I was out of the room making tea, that of the weapons that we are using right now that are easily defeating everything, we have paid a total of 0 scrap for them, which is one of the reasons why we've been able to do ridiculous stuff like greed 300 scrap at a time. They want to test their skills against me? Okay. I could probably crew kill this ship, but I think I'm gonna not try. These look like... Actually, these number of little red dashes are probably them. I think that's a Crystal Burst 1 and these are both Crystal Burst 2s. So we're at some risk of taking damage here. Let's see if I can knock their stuff offline with my first one. If I can't, I can. I would have, I still need to cloak this, probably. Let's just cloak that. Then no. You know, you wanted to test your skills against me as a warrior. That's an obviously very stupid reason to pick a fight, so I'm not gonna let you surrender or just finishing you off. We've discovered that crystals can speak from the dead, so you know you can use your time in the afterlife to hone your skills as a warrior for the next time you're alive. I have never seen this event. I don't know what happens if you offer them supplies. I mean, it feels like the obvious thing to do here is attack the traders. I'm going to look this up just to find out. FTL Federation Deserter. Let me see what's a glitch. Apparently if you offer supplies they give you a map reveal. Well, I don't need a map reveal. I've got long range scanners, and also these people should be punished. So, you know, we'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We want to hack this. They have a missile that will be difficult to knock offline. Poke that. Let's do 6 damage to their weapons. That will knock everything off. I might let him repair this 1 level and then try mind controlling and killing them in that room. If I mind controlling now, he'll just run to shields. Yeah, if I do that. Actually, mind control you, that will... Oh. That was dumb. I thought that you would run through the door, but of course mind controlling him has cost me the crew kill. That was a mistake. I wouldn't have wanted to do it anyway. They have a... That's a Lino missile. I thought it might be an Artemis, and then we can hold it down. Yeah, see, I thought there were multiple stores in these crystal sectors. Go here just in case there's any useful encounters up there, but... This is why we closed the long-range beacon in the first place. Oh cool, there's 2 stores. This seems to kind of trap me. I mean, I can't get much else to the rest of the sector, so let's go to this one instead. You could buy a Crystal Burst too if you really wanted to. I don't really recommend that. If we had a system open, I'd be very tempted to buy more crystals and get a teleporter. But I mean, the teleporter we would buy would only be a 2-tile teleporter anyway. And I don't see much of an advantage. If we were playing Crystal B, I would want to get like loads of crystals. You could theoretically, if you hit both these doors, you might be able to get 8 crystals, which would be very, very funny. But we won't do that, so we're going to take nothing at this store. I could theoretically buy the anti-bio beam to use in phase 1. Should I do that? Yeah, let's do that. Keep that in reserve. We have loads and loads of scrap, so we can afford to make a luxury purchase like that. And we can use that in the first phase of the flagship to kill off their crew. Not sure what these are. Are those crystal heavy ones? Could be crystal heavy twos, I'm not sure. Okay, currently this ship can't hurt us, so... It's mind control. No, don't accept surrender. If we want to get a crew kill here, we have to hack that day, I think. There we go. Cool, we get a free flak too. Get another fight. We found absolutely loads of fights in this sector. If we had any, I think we've had one beacon and we couldn't get a fight. That's a lot of crystal lasers. But we also have our own crystal lasers and we have real weapons as well. Get a big long cloak. Take one of these squishy meat sacks that we've captured. So if we accept this, presumably we're going to get a crew member. I'm curious as to what this... Is it definitely always a human? Because a human is not that appealing. A crystalline ship carrying humans. Oh, well, I'm glad I looked this up. Apparently, if you accept this, this event is bugged. We're going to get a human, and then the fight continues anyway. Also, we can crew kill these people. Whee! So that was useful. Yeah, we obviously should not have been able to continue attacking them there. But this specific event is bugged and it never got fixed because, presumably because people see the crystal sector so rarely that no one told the devs until it was too late that it's bugged. Let's just buy some fuel. We probably didn't need that much actually, we're about to go into Sector 7, but whatever. We could go to this store and dive, but that's not really that worth it. We forgot to sell the Crystal Vengeance at that store earlier, I just realized. Now this throws us into just any random sector, we don't get to pick where we're going. So we've landed in NG space. I don't know whether it has to be, like, Sector 7 was definitely going to be a green sector if I remember the map correctly. But I don't know whether or not it actually follows that logic when it decides where you're going. Yeah, we can definitely give up. Bye, Crystal Burst 1. We'd quite like a store now because we have a lot to sell, so I'm going to actually go here in preference to the fight. Listen to their problem. Let's send a human to communicate with Robert Smith and offer him a position on our ship. We could use a mantis for fighting borders. It's not like we really need the scrap. We don't need the free engines upgrade, although it is useful. Go to distress. We don't have any NG, so this sector could be a bit hit and miss, but whatever. More chance to get stuff for 2 fuel. Yeah, so far we've given up 4 fuel, which was pretty much the fuel we bought at the exit as the crystal sector, and we've made 68 scrap and got a flak. So I'm quite happy with that. There's nothing. Let's jump to here then. There are going to be at least 2 stores here. Ooh, we get a blue option from the sensors that we improved. That cost us 25 scrap earlier. We made 30 back, so that at least broke even for once. In my experience, that event doesn't usually even break even. But I mean, the main reason we upgraded sensors was to give us mind control usage. So, let's take a look. Not so keen on the weapons here, but sell the Crystal Vengeance, the Flak 2, and the Crystal Burst 1. Let's get the auto reloader. Take a quick look. We don't see another store. Let's get shields up now. Keep only about 300 scrap. We're just keeping scrap, and we don't really need to do this. It's kind of wasteful. But at the same time, I'm not in any danger. I haven't taken any damage in like a sector and a half. And if we spot a weapon that requires us to upgrade highly, we could both acquire the weapon and still do that. I'd really just like another heavy laser 1 though. Okay, no stores. Let's jump. That might be a store, in which case we probably won't go in there. Whatever. Let's go here. See if we can find a store and jump around. Okay, we found a store there, so we're going to go there, 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 and then probably out. Okay, triple flak sounds good to me. But whatever. Sell the Crystal Heavy for 10 scrap. Oh yeah, we should upgrade our special systems now, because it's not like... We'll agree to rescue the store, but it puts that quest too far away, so we can't do it. I wish that had been the one where you could try to, you know, fight a ship that's taken up piracy. We could have got a weapon drop from it, and it might have been another flak. But, alas, that was not to be. Let's do this. Buy some more power as well. Fire our triple flak to smash this Zoltan shield to smithereens. Man, that's a lot of flak. Let's hack shields. Say goodbye to your hull. Say goodbye to your shields. More scrap. Let's get that all the way up. Now we just need to buy a reactor and maybe upgrade like the battery and these. Actually, we'll do that for hack protection. No, we don't need repairs. I think we literally have been 2 sectors since we took any damage whatsoever. Oh yeah, I meant to look and then got distracted. So in Sector 6, which was basically a crystal sector, we made 362 scrap and got 80 more in drops. That was really, really good. Sector 7 was quite poor in terms of scrap totals, but we got 2 flax, so I can't complain about it. Off to the last stage. We don't need another store. I mean, there might be another flak there, but we can't get it anyway, so let's just take these fights and keep going. We're not going to get any repair stations, I think. That's going to get taken over immediately. Maybe we could get that afterwards, but... So we'll need to be a little bit careful with our drones, but not that careful, I mean. This ship isn't too dangerous. We'll not bother using the drone here. I know that's a defensive drone too, but I think that you probably can't deal with this much flak. We'll just auto fire here. Unfortunately, that was the bad reward. Here we do want to hack. We want to hack those shields down so we can dump as much damage into weapons as possible and disable that missile, especially since they have done that. We won't have 100% evade, so we might actually take damage into this. Well, 90% was enough evade, but we have not actually hit that missile. However, we will get another volley off because we did a big long cloak. Are you kidding? That thing is still fucking up. Are you joking? That is ridiculous. I'm really annoyed about that. We will punish you for this nonsense. Are you kidding? I guess flak really does suffer against those narrow rooms, doesn't it? Give me more power. That ion hit our hacking drone. You can see it blew up there. That's really irritating since we're low on hacking drones. We might as well use our level 3 cloak while we can. This sector is annoying. We are having tremendous trouble actually hitting these ships. They just managed to ionize my shields. I guess I hit the cloak one a moment too late. And the laser can't hurt me anyway. I'm being a bit lazy here, not firing my heavy laser after the black, but whatever. Attack the slavers. We're not accepting any surrender offers. We want to just kill this ship and get scrapped. I don't think this is a safe ship to try to crew kill. It's stuck full of NGs and has mind control. Their weapons are kind of dangerous. Let's just kill them. We just cannot hit these narrow rooms. Okay, there we did. Your raid really has been something to hold in this sector. No, we already have a Mantis. Robert Smith will destroy all the rebels. Yeah, 77 scrap is significantly better. That allows me to max the reactor out. Get a bit more evade. I'm gonna actually go here so we can try to hit this repair station. It annoys me that we have damage on our ship. Good. Let's just upgrade the battery. So for this phase, we're gonna break the anti-bio beam out. We might even be able to get fights in between phases here. Off we go. You've hacked the medbay. That is the least dangerous room on my ship. Even sensors would have been worse, because that would affect my ability to use my sensor. Are you kidding? We didn't manage to knock that off. God damn it. We might actually get hit by a missile here. I don't like that. Maybe not. Are you fucking joking? Stop dodging everything. Mind control you. Please get my shields up in time before the beam goes off. This is proving a much more irritating fight than it should be. We actually take damage there because we could not actually take that frigging thing down. I considered jumping away, but I was worried that when I jumped back that they were going to get a good hack. Of course, I definitely didn't knock it off there. I didn't even aim enough shots at it, but we'll be able to cloak. Also, Kara, you're dead. Oh, I did not mean to vent you. I accidentally opened the door. Fuck that. How are you going there instead? I finally managed to knock that stupid thing offline. We didn't dodge any of those shots. we'll get a full crew kill here once we can fire the anti-bio beam again. Actually, he might blow the ship up. Are you joking? Our dodges have been terrible. They just blew the ship up, but yeah, we just took damage from their beam as well. I don't know how we possibly managed to have that happen. Now I wish we'd saved the repair station for this, but it wouldn't have been a 0 damage flagship anyway, because we've taken damage in. Let's upgrade that. We don't have any more crew to send us, so our doors don't matter. That was ridiculous. There is no way we should have been taking damage on that. They just dodged like crazy. And I guess that is the downside of relying. I don't normally get more than 2 flags, even when I often get the opportunity, because I often find it's a little bit difficult to hit those narrow rooms. But in this chance, you know, it's not like we had better alternatives. And obviously, the main reason that happened, of course, is if I'd been using 3 flags, there's no way that it survives. But whatever. We took 3 damage. We'll somehow survive. We might take like 1 more. So, well, we'll take a little bit more in phase 3. We also might take more from this stupid missile. Is the theme of not being able to knock missiles off continues in this sector. Fire those now. It's a little bit early, but it does mean that we can actually get the club up. They've literally kept up both the missiles and nothing else. Okay, we did take the big missile down at least. And we dodged that. We should kill with this volley. Got him. 63 scrap, we can use that to upgrade our engines. Let's get level 2 oxygen and open the doors. We could go there, but there's probably nothing there, and it might force us into a dive if this gets taken over. Smith, go and help out. Let's mind control their pilot to remove some of their evade. Okay, there, see, we did manage to take it. Get over there, but they're going to be dead this time. So, phase 3, this will be absolutely a cinch because their crew are all dead except 1. So they don't even have the effect of the auto repair because they do have 1 crew still alive on them. Knock this stuff offline real fast. There's a vague possibility we might be able to knock this offline through 5 shield bubbles, but I think it's unlikely. Oh wow, we did. Yeah, this should have been a no damage run. Phase 1 was not. Oh no, we didn't actually fully knock it offline because it's level 4 in this phase, but it's offline now. So, that was a very, very comfortable run. We got free flak and free heavy laser 1 early. We had good sectors. There really was nothing whatsoever that we could have complained about in that run. We got to the Crystal Home sector even. The only thing, we got early long-range scanners. We had hacking and cloaking from sector 4. It was very, very, very comfortable. So, let's check how we did. Yeah, 60-60. That's a very nice and symmetrical sort of score. And, yeah, very good all around. Ships defeated to beacons explored. It's not that high considering that we had long-range scanners, but I think that was dragged down by the NG Sector 7 was a real letdown. We didn't make very much scrap at all. But we got 2 flaks, so I guess it sort of swings and roundabouts. The quantity wasn't that great, but the quality was absolutely superb. So that is victory number 9 in a row. Let's find out what our next ship will be before we depart. 3, 2, 1, and go. We've already done that, so we're going to do this again. 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, Mantis A. I actually haven't... I've been keeping track for a while. This is not exactly my first attempt to do the cycle for a while, and we haven't rolled... I haven't rolled this on any of my previous cycle attempts. It just hasn't been coming up in the randoms. So it'll be interesting to do this one next time, as we go for number 10 in the row. But that will have to wait until tomorrow. So I will see you then, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Goodbye for now.